Like a Hellcat.
Well, would you look at that? Another week, another snapshot for the Wild update. Hello and welcome back to another video on the channel. I might not look like Kashi today. I am instead Steve for Minecraft player data and single player bugged out in the snapshot reasons and skins not rendering like the ones you want reasons. Anyway, yeah, this is probably the most buggiest snapshot of the Wild update so far. We will get into the actual features in a minute, but as you can see, skins are not working, and if I were to go into my favorite world and have gotten advancements, yeah, all the advancements would also reset automatically, and if you cured a villager, it would just forget about you. And the newly added goat horn items are in every single creative tab, even in the destroy button item right here. So it's like overlapping with destroy item and goat horn. This is the ponder goat horn, by the way. Also, these are all the changes in the snapshot. Ignore the armor and all these 6 slots. So, goat horns have been added, 8 different types, 4 for the normal goat, 4 for the screaming goat, which is much rarer than the normal goat. And remember, the screaming goat rams more, so the screaming goat, if you can find one, may be the easier source of goat horns. We also got some changes to the Allay, once again, and some Warden bouncing, and changes to Explosion, and a small change to Sculk. And note blocks too, because why would note blocks change if the Allay did not, right? I mean, they are basically 2 features combined now. Anyway, let's get into the changes, starting with the goat horns. There are 2 ways to get goat horns, but I will cover that in a bit. Let's actually listen to the goat horns. Now, you may be thinking, are copper horns added? No. This is because copper horns were removed in a recent beta of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I made a video explaining the copper horn sounds, like 2 weeks back, I think, from now. Yeah, that sounds about right, so I'll have it linked here so you can hear all the removed copper horn sounds. I made the video to, you know, like memorialize the copper horns. But now we are doing the same for the goat horns, so let's have a listen in. So we got the first one, ponder. Next one, sing. Seek. Feel. Admire. Call. Yearn. And finally, dream. That was every single goat horn played. They can also be heard from a very good distance in multiplayer, but I think we can kind of show it off in single player. So let's just play a goat horn. Fly away. Even though we flew away, it still sounded loud and clear, as if we were just right next to it. And if you would like to get a goat horn, you just have to have a goat ram into a certain amount of blocks. Also, this was not in the changelog, but would not surprise me if this was in the snapshot. And that is, do goats have 1 horn sometimes, like they do in Bedrock Edition? Only way to find out is to spawn them in. Hey! Oh yes, so we do have 1-horned goats. Now this is not the case for babies. Babies will always grow up with 2 horns, but I guess the 1-horned goats are just to show how ancient they are. Like maybe the pillagers used it to get a horn? Speaking of the pillagers, the that can be found in the pillager outposts now. Well, not the goats, the goat horns. And the goat horn is random, and it is a 50% chance that you will find one in the outpost. So glad to see the outpost getting some major buffs in this update. First we got Allays and now goat horns. Sweet. Let's go ahead and locate an outpost, of course. I might try to locate another one if this one does not have any goat horns, but of course the chest as usual is on the top of this thing, so goat horn? Yes, we do indeed have a goat horn. I believe you will only get one per outpost or none. Again, 50% chance that you will even find one, and I believe the goat horn you get is random. This one is sing. Goat horns now explain where the raid sound comes from. They always have it up here. I mean, they sometimes have it up here, and then they just bring it to a raid. Let's get back to the goat ramming thing. So, they will not always drop a goat horn when they ram into a block by accident. They only drop a horn sometimes if it is a log. I would assume any type of log. Stone, packed ice, iron ore, emerald ore, copper ore, and maybe coal ore too. At least that is what it said in the changelog. I maybe missed a block, but yeah, all the blocks you can find in the mountains, the goats will only be able to drop to when they ram into one of these blocks. And also, sound plays when they ram into a block. And it's not like a goat horn sound, it's just like a break-off sound. Let's actually see if we can get it to happen. So, let's go into survival. Spawn in this goat. Oh wow, I got a one-horn goat. Alright, well, we only need one try, right? It's a normal goat, so it might take a little while. And he is gone. Okay, this will be harder to do. I think your best bet is a pillager outpost. This nice user on Twitter shared a command that we can get a goat to ram us instantly when spawned with horns on it, so we can test out the horn dropping even more. Unfortunately, I found this out after I recorded the video, so just coming back in while editing to tell you this. Try it for yourself if you would like to. Actually, let's locate another pillager outpost to see if the goat horns are different. I think they are, but I would like to be super sure, so just teleport myself at a random location. And then let's go ahead and locate another outpost. Also, we do not need these blocks anymore. Next outpost, okay. Here is the chest. Oh, this one does not even have a goat horn. Okay, well, I want to keep trying until we find another goat horn, because I would like to show off that you can, indeed, find the different types of goat horns, and not just sing. This one also has some allays in it. Very cool. But we are looking for goat horns today. No goat horns. Okay, let's try maybe one or two more. Another savannah one. I hope this is not the first one we found. Anyway, wow, we are getting really unlucky lately. Final outpost for today. Hopefully it does indeed have a goat horn that is not sing. Okay, I guess the goat horns are a bit rare, but it is a 50% chance that a pillager outpost chest will have a goat horn. And again, I assume the goat horn is random, and you cannot find goat horns in the woodland mansions. If that made sense to you, I can confirm that is not the case. Okay, now let's talk about those warden balancing changes that have been added in this week's snapshot. Now, they are not really much of a downside, more of a nerf. Yeah, it's what the name says, warden balancing. But anyway, let's go ahead and just, you know, like, summon a warden, right? Alright, we need one more strike. Let's actually destroy one of these, we only need one. And we should get a warden somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. Let's tower up. Hey zombie, stop. So we all know the warden has a sonic boom attack. So let's hit the warden. It will now try to get me. eventually it will try to do the ranged attack. Stop, zombie. Alright, let's just use a shield. And as you can see, that does not work anymore. Let's try that again, because he probably did not see. Let's give myself night vision again. Alright, hit the Warden. Now it should be locked onto me. Now, I will be using my shield for this. Previously, this worked, but now, my shield is still active. Wait for it to do its thing. Shield does not work against the attack anymore. This is because it is now a magic attack, and magic attacks go through shields, like potions and guardian beams. The sonic boom damage has been lowered from 30 to 10 attack damage. You know, to balance things out. Oh, and by the way, we are on hard mode, but the sonic boom attack does the same amount of damage on either difficulty, except for peaceful mode, of course, because the Warden does not exist on peaceful mode. But what if we just put on a set of armor, right? You think that would work? Well, let's see. Let's make some noise. Lock onto me. Alright, so I have a full set of unenchanted netherite armor, and if it were to, you know, like, attack me, it completely pierced through my armor, but we would still regenerate. Yep, look how fast that is going. I will explain why in a minute. Now I am dead. Also a new chat message. Username was obliterated by a sonically charged shriek, and if you were running from a mob, such as the Warden, it will say, Whist trying to escape mob name. Believe it or not, but the melee Warden attack, the main attack, does more damage than the sonic boom now. Also, did it just forget the skeleton I just roared at? Yep, it did. I thought they fixed that in one of the snapshots. I guess they have to fix it again. Look at that, it did not even kill the skeleton. You may have been wondering why it has been doing its sonic boom so often when I was on this pillar. That is because its cooldown from the sonic boom has been lowered from 5 seconds to 2 seconds, so now it happens at a reasonable amount of time. And it did not kill the creeper, so it should do it again, yep, in 2 seconds. Ah, so the sonic boom attack can pierce through armor, huh? Well, what if we had protection 4 in all of our netherite armor pieces? Well, let's see what will happen. So, yep, let's just go ahead and do the thing. May need more strikes. Has been a little while. Yep. And yeah, wow, the darkness effect is so buggy with night vision still. Okay, let's do that again. Alright, we got our Warden. No need to sniff. I just made noise. Okay, so protection 4. Just in case you thought I took it off, still on me, and just hit the Warden. Eventually, it will do its sonic boom, and if it does not kill me, it will do it again in 2 seconds. Ah, so as you can see, it does not pierce through netherite armor with protection 4, or any armor with protection 4, I would assume. And do not forget that netherite armor also has +1 knockback resistance, so if you had any other armor, or no armor at all, you would probably be knocked off from the attack further. So with protection 4 netherite armor, I took 1.5 heart damage, and once it was able to reach me with its hands, I have been taking more damage. So the melee attack does more damage than the sonic boom now, where previously it was the same. So just bring your protection 4 netherite armor down there, and those are all the changes to the sonic boom attack, but there has been one questionable change to the Warden in the snapshot too. It is also the final change, so let's go ahead and get into it. Would you believe me if I say the Warden now has a drop? Well, you better, because it does now, so let's go ahead and just kill it. It now drops a single Sculk catalyst block. Wow, Good job, developers. Now people are going to make Skull Catalyst farms. Nice. Smart move. This was really meant for farm players and technical players. Not sure what that is supposed to mean, but it was confirmed on Twitter on the day the Snapshot came out, which was obviously Wednesday. So it only drops one Skull Catalyst all the time. I believe it still drops XP if you, the player, kill it. And yeah, you can now farm Skull Catalysts, and Skull Catalysts are now renewable. As with before, they were not. You can only find a certain amount in a world because they were only found in the Deep Dark and Ancient City chests. And I believe this is 100% of the time it drops the Skull Catalyst as well. So let's summon another one. Actually, summon two. Kill them. Maybe I should not put that there. Also, it does sound weird. Probably because of my, I don't know, my computer sound software stuff. Anyway, yeah. Both of them, or three of them I should say, drop the Skull Catalyst. So it is 100% of the time, and it will always be one no matter what. Let's actually do it one more time just to show you for sure. Warden, kill it. Yes. So I can 100% confirm that it drops a single Skull Catalyst upon death 100% of the time. A change I forgot to mention that was added in the last snapshot is there is now a /game rule command for Warden summoning. It is by default set to true, and of course you can turn it to off. You can of course obviously do this in game. Alright, more Allay changes have been added. This is a good thing, of course. So, it has to do with the note block. Please ignore the resource pack I forgot to take off. And Allay, now if we play the note block, a vibration particle will go to the Allay. Multiple Allays I would assume too. Yep, multiple Allays. You can also block off the Allay hearing a note block with wool. Also, yeah, that's just because it's flying there. So let's just put an Allay, yeah, right here. Yep, as you can see, if you can see, it's kind of small, but the vibration particle is not going to that Allay over there. Or no Allays right now. Yep, so wall occlusion has been added to note blocks and Allays, and then you get a vibration particle to tell you that an Allay is linked to this note block for 30 seconds. Not sure why they added Deep Dark related stuff to this, but yeah, they did. Oh, why did you zoom over to me? You're holding that thing. And apparently the Allay sounds have been changed too. Not sure what they mean by this. Maybe let's give it an item. Yeah, maybe there is a difference there. Yeah, not as much Allay changes as last week, but it is time to move on anyway. Okay, I guess I should say thank you for that. Time to get explosive. If you explode any block that drops XP, this has to be player explodable, so actually let's grab an ore like coal and even diamonds. Let's just throw these on the floor. Ignite this TNT, and watch it explode. As you can see, this was not like this before, but if you manually explode TNT, and it explodes like Sculk or an ore that drops XP, it will now give off XP. I believe it's the parity change, but on the changelog it says they will be keeping an eye on this change, so it might even get reverted. But honestly, I think this should stay. Let's try this again over here. Yes, good. Alright, that's fantastic. And also, another change with explosions, kind of, is now Sculk has a very low blast resistance. Previously, it was obviously higher. So, I guess I should make like that box you do with commands, but let's do this for now. Okay, I made a big Sculk box. Now let's ignite this. Let's just throw some TNT in here, explode it, and watch it. Yep, so previously it would have not made such a big hole, and I believe the Sculk change is only for the Sculk block itself. And if we were to grab the other Sculk types, I believe it would just still be the same. Well, let's test it out. Let's place each of them down, and then we just do this. Okay, it seems like maybe because it was closer, but it seems like the Sculk Shrieker has a lower blast resistance than the Sculk Catalyst. But let's actually try that again. Also, yeah, the Sculk Vane was also exploded. I kind of expected that. Alright. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, thank you, Sculk Sensor. Okay, it did explode those blocks, so I guess maybe the Sculk block now matches the other Sculk types. And I am not sure if you caught that, but since the Sculk Sensor acted that TNT, it did not drop any XP from the exploded Sculk this time. So actually, let's go over here to this unexploded area and try that again. Yep, no XP orbs at all. So, yes, as I said, only drops XP when a player ignites the TNT, even if the player placed down a Sculk Sensor or anything else that will give the TNT redstone signal and then kaboom. Yeah, it has to be manually with your fist. Or your flint and steel, not your fist. That'd be cool though. Of course, if you would like to read the changelog of the latest snapshot, it is in the Minecraft launcher, but I will also have a link to it in the description down below. But before we end off the video, let's take a quick look at the changelog itself. So, as you can see, these are all the Goat Horn additions. I covered them all. The best use is this one right here, of course. And of course you got some changes, including a couple that I did not talk about because it was kind of like impossible. Realms are not playable or even lookable on snapshots. So if you want to see this highlighted change, it literally says highlight right here, but I highlighted it, you'll have to wait until the full release of the Wild update. This is a parody from Bedrock Realms, and as you can see, the explosion caused by player ignited TNT experience thing might change in a future update. Hopefully not though. You also have updated brewing stand, UV's texture. Oh, let's not unhighlight that. Okay, why am I not able to highlight it? So here is another Bedrock parody, not the Realms, but below it, updated the brewing stand's base UVs and texture to match a graphical fix in Bedrock Edition. So I guess that means the brewing stand will look better now. I checked myself before covering it in the video, and I noticed no difference, so I did not bother covering it, but I guess something did change. And of course you got your technical changes, and then you got all of these bug fixes. Again, the snapshot is kind of buggy if you think about it, because, you know, your player skin does not load correctly, and goat horns are everywhere in the creative inventory. But yeah, much needed bug fixes over here, and yeah, that is about everything for this snapshot. We continuously get new features as we think the update is getting closer, but trust me when I say it definitely is getting closer, because usually we get updates on the summer, and summer is about 2 months away. I think the release of the Wild update may be the end of May or early June. But that is everything to cover in this video. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and you did, maybe consider leaving a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload. I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.